What's up, V2 crew? This is Unknown here, and this is going to be an episode in the series It's Killing Your Games. Now, this series, we're going to talk about some things that might be affecting gaming for the worst. Maybe you can try to get it to be a little bit better, try to minimize or mitigate these downsides or what have you want to call them. And today's episode, we're going to talk about the rewind feature being implemented in games. Now, I am personally not a fan of this. Maybe some people are. I feel like it has been ruining games for me that have it in there, and it's actually kind of a turnoff because it just makes you not incentivized, but you're very tempted to use the feature. So this has been seen in a lot of retro ports, I guess I would call them more so. Stuff like all the Nintendo Switch Online games and Castlevania GBA collection. I actually did not buy it because it contained the rewind feature, as strange as that sounds. But I feel like having it in there just really not breaks the game for me, but it gets rid of all the sense of like trying to get better at it or trying to level up your character or what have you, because you mess up, okay, so then you rewind and then replay the section again until you can get it. I mean, it's bad enough that we have checkpoints like every single room nowadays, but this is just completely different. This isn't even like a checkpoint. This is, and then it just like breaks the immersion too. And then it's like you can keep doing it and just till you get lucky or get some good setup, like slowly inch your way through some crazy hard boss fight. And it gets rid of the need to master a section or get good at it. Now, I guess positives are it does let people get through games that they otherwise might not have without implementing like a difficulty option. Because with these retro ports, you can't really go back. I mean, you could and make enemies deal less damage to you, or you do more damage to them, or what have you. So I guess there is that fact to it. Because some retro games are hard. Let me say. Well, they're hard. Okay, so yeah, some are just flat out hard. I will admit, beyond my skill level probably, because I'm bad at games. But I guess that would be like the main factor for having it done. There is another potential positive, and that is for speedrunners. Now, this would let them practice very specific, very, very narrowed down sections over and over and over again, which I guess I could see this as a good thing where they don't have to bother going through 5 minutes to get to that section there because it could be some frame perfect thing they're needing to practice or what have you, or they can just try different strategies out in that area without having to replay a ton of the game. And thing too is if you're trying out strategies there, you're probably trying some rather risky stuff that just might not work out anyway. So there's probably going to be a lot of deaths in regards to that. So there is that. I guess there is that positive to it as well. I'm not a speedrunner though. I guess I would really like that feature. Now that I think about it, if I was a speedrunner and I was trying to practice it. So yeah, there is that. There are some positives to it. And you could argue, well, you don't have to use it, right? But it's there and it just makes it so tempting to use it. And the other thing too is it kind of almost downplays doing it without the rewind just because, yeah, you could say, oh, I beat this game, but there's a rewind feature in there, so it makes it almost seem like How do people know you didn't just use that? But you should do you. You shouldn't care what others think. So I guess that shouldn't really matter. That kind of negates itself out there. You should take pride in the fact that you did not use the rewind feature. But I just don't like it. I don't like how it's so easily accessible in the games too. Like it's very fast to very easy to just fell off a cliff. Oh, rewind. Oh, rewind. It's kind of the same as the save states too. But maybe I'll do another episode on that. Because this one's about the rewind feature. So, yeah, unfortunately, the rewind, I just don't like it. And I know I've said that multiple times in this video, but for me, it was even a turnoff for buying a collection of some of my favorite games. And then, even while you're playing, the fact that you know it's there, just like in the back of your mind the entire time, I don't really know how you can prevent this. Like even if it's a turn off in the menu, like an option in the menu to turn it on and off, yeah, you can do it, but still just having it there in the game still just kind of bugs me. Like just having the option to do it in the game. But that's just me personally. I mean, if you're able to turn it off and it bugs you, do so. If it can prevent you from utilizing it, breaking the immersion yourself. But there's not really much you can do, like say, hey dev, don't put the rewind feature in the game. Unless we start like this revolution. The V2 crew says no rewind feature. We don't want it. We're coming with our virtual pitchforks. Rah! I'm gonna wrap this up here. What are your thoughts on adding the rewind feature to games? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Has there been a game that you've actually avoided buying because it had the rewind feature? Maybe the opposite. Maybe you bought a game because it had the rewind feature. The other thing too is for those trophy achievement hunters out there, it made those games very easy for trophies and achievements, and that kind of broke that system a little bit more too, if you want to call it that. Just making all that stuff easier. So there's that side to it as well. If you'd like to join the V2 crew, it would be awesome if you liked and subscribed. Post some links in the description below to Twitter, Discord, Twitch. And with that being said, everybody, have a good night, a good morning, enjoy your games. Thanks so much for watching. Spread that positivity, game on your own terms, you do you, and be your V2.